Alrighty. Okay. Did we start the prayer on this one?
Um, I'm just finding it just now. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. You want to say it?
yeah. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Time we have to talk about this case. Please open up our minds. We can learn from each other and learn how to best go about business strategies. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. All right. Spiritual thought or scripture. It's been on my mind. Oh, I read Isaiah this morning. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Isaiah 50. I don't know, talk. It's the one about fasting.
Is not this the fast I have chosen? Oh, also in another chapter, Isaiah's pretty cool.
Like, I don't really understand it very well because it's a lot
Jewish poetry.
of. Yeah, that's a good word. But it is pretty cool. In Isaiah chapter 56, I think. No, 57, the last verse, it says, or the last two verses. But the wicked are like the troubled sea when it cannot rest, whose waters cast up mire and dirt. There is no peace, saith my God, to the wicked.
So Cole can't read the scriptures without doing a British accent. He thinks that the apostles are British.
No, I think that the ancient prophets had an English accent.
Yeah, because they also spoke English.
Didn't you know, Paul?
I'm still learning some of this stuff.
Any
Apparently.
ancient person that is somewhat famous.
I won't lie. When I saw the new Bible videos and they had English accent, I'm like, that's racist.
What would you rather have them have American accents?
I actually prefer a Southern accent, not even American. Southern.
That is a disgrace. Anyway, we're getting
America.
way off topic. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Okay. Okay, so the question here. So this case is a decision case.
Yep. What was the
And
question on there?
The question is, I'm asking.
Oh, sorry.
Should Doug accept or reject the offer?
So, us personally, as we were going over reading this case and talking about it, we kind of decided that he should reject the offer to be bought out. That's based on several reasons. One is the reason that, for one, he's patented his little software coded engineering work of art, right? Whatever you want to call it. And it's a problem that people have been trying to solve now for a while. Like, it talks about people have tried to solve this for like the last 10 years. And he figured out a process on how to provide a solution. And he's patented it, so he's the only one that really legally has access to it. So if there's a high demand for it, like what they've been talking about, then he should keep it, in my opinion. Along with the fact that if he sells out for $2 million, after he pays off all of his angel investors, which invested a little bit over $500,000, it says if they were acquired or bought with cash or whatnot, the angel investors would get twice their capital they invested. That'd leave him with a little less than $1 million. Plus, you got to put their interest on top of that they're supposed to be getting as well. So he's looking at only getting between maybe $700,000 and $900,000 after that in cash. Granted, he does get stock in turn, but we also don't know how well that company's going to do in the future.
Yeah, we also don't know if that company, really understands his vision for yeildex and what it is, what he wants it to do. Yeah, I'm sure they understand what it is and what it's going to do, but do they really understand his vision and where he wants it to go and the problems he originally wanted it to solve? Because if he does sell, then he's completely out. He
Yeah.
has no say. If they start doing something that's like they start using the software the wrong way or something, he can't go and say, "Hey, whoa, you guys aren't using it the right way." You know, he's completely out of the game. As well as I personally think he had somewhat of a moral obligation to not sell because of the connections he's made and to some of these people, relationships he's gained to some of these people that are kind of counting on him to bring help this company be successful. Because if he does sell, all these people are out. They're out of the game.
And I don't know if they're worse off or anything like that. Though,
Yeah,
either.
but they don't have that opportunity to participate in something that's potentially great.
I mean, that's true.
And it is business, and it's. I guess you're not supposed to necessarily. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Um, we kind of discussed like the pros and cons. I guess his opportunity cost.
His immediate opportunity cost, if yeildex fails in the future, would be that $2 million cash and then the $2 million of preferred stock in turn, which is all fine and dandy. But if you look at his opportunity cost to sell now, if yeildex was successful in the future, it's much larger. Because they were talking about if most of these big giant like technology companies, even if they're not that big, are selling for over $300 million. Now, even with him only owning half of the common shares, and Tom Shields owning the other half, he's still going to make well over $2 million by himself, like way over that. Plus, he'll be able to see out his little dream child, and be able to apply the yeildex technology and software the way he wants to apply it. Because obviously there's a huge demand for it if people are already looking to buy him out and he hasn't even really launched yet. All they've done is develop it. They're not even like they haven't even started all the way.
Yeah.
And so because they're waiting for their Series A investors and things like that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I guess you can say like if he does decide to go forward with yeildex and it fails completely, you could say he's out. All that money he would have gained from the offer from Turn. But at the same time, he's not really out like so much because he can just go back to being a engineering
Computer engineering consultant.
Yeah.
So he was doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, and like he does have something to fall back on, so it's not like a like live die situation here. Like,
And it's the same thing with Tom Shields. He hasn't fully left the venture capitalist firm either.
yeah, I mean, all it says about Doug is that his wife would like some extra money, and I personally think that he's kind of afraid of the risk. But on the other hand, if he does take it, if he doesn't take the, if he does take the offer and he gets paid, like less than $1 million, and then, this yeildex explodes into something huge, he's out all of that opportunity cost as well.
Yep.
So his potential is a lot higher if he does stay on than if he sells.
So,
and he's put in so much work and so much effort into getting this patented. I mean, just to get it patented is a huge deal.
yeah.
And like you were saying, Paul, he has that patent, and so it's a lot harder for people to
Even compete against him at all.
compete. Yeah.
What was the next question?
Well, it talks about Shields, like how much does he deserve? Why does Washington want Doug to reject the Turn offer? Won't Washington get a pretty good return on his investment?
I think for washing, he wants him to reject it because he knows the value of this yeildex. He's the one who brought up, I do believe, the fact that these other companies are selling for $300 million in the future. So yeah, he'd get his money back and he'd double his investments. But looking down the road, one, if say he's just looking out for himself, his investments can be worth way more in the future.
And he is an investor, so he knows he needs to take risks. High risk, high reward.
Yep.
You know, in this, personally, I don't think it's that much, that high of a risk because he does have it patented. This is a problem that has been going on for a long time that he has found a solution to. Turn is the first company that's offered to buy them. I don't think it's going to be the only one. It's just the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, washing, I think he's right in telling Doug to hold off, not to take the offer.
Totally is.
As to the question, what does Shields deserve? Does he deserve 50%? I asked Paul this question earlier, and Paul, I agree with him. He thinks that, yeah, he does, because Shields, I mean, Doug knows nothing about the business side of things. He admits it. And he doesn't like to deal with any of that stuff. Shields, on the other hand, knows all of that stuff. And you can't have a product, you can't have a successful business if you don't know how to sell the product. You can have the best product in the world, but if you don't know how to sell it, you're not going to make any money. It's just like that movie Joy with the lady that made the mop, the self-ringing mop.
Oh, yeah.
She had like this freaking amazing product, and she couldn't sell it. And it was nothing. But once she realized how to sell it, this product exploded. So I think it's the same situation.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You have to know how to sell it if you want to make money.
So how much does Washington give up if Doug gives Shields 50% of the equity? I'm not sure about that.
How much does Washington give up?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. Does it say how much he gives up?
Well, it says how much he invested. Like, Tom Washington's only invested like $150,000, I think. Tom Washington's, yeah, he only invested about $156,000. So if Shields gets half the money, it's not like Tom's giving up that much. Like, because all their investors, it looks like, are completely out of the common shares right here in the hypothetical Series A partial. Let me see if I can bring this up. I think I can show it on my page. All right. So hopefully you can see this. But Tom Washington's right here only invested $156,000. And if Tom Shields gets half the shares, that's not really going to affect him. What might affect Tom more is the fact that, like, during the Series A investment round, it's looking like the investors actually want to buy out all the angel investors. Like, yeah, we'll pay you back, whatever. They wanna have the full, like, lump sum of the investments, because I think they see the potential there too. So that would probably be more detrimental to Tom than really, like, who, or not to Tom, but to Tom Washington, if Tom Shields got half the equity. I personally still think that Tom should.
Okay, so we're supposed to read this case as a group, case B.
Whoa.
Okay. So are we supposed to spend an hour talking on the hangout?
I don't know. Hopefully not. I have stuff to do today.
Well, it says spend an hour discussing the group, but then it says provide a timestamp in addition to
Alright, well,
So it's like take time to give a summary of your notes and file this.
whatever. Let's just do whatever it wants us to do. I hate these Google Hangout things. Whoever made this thing is stupid.
Oh, don't. You're going to give us bad grades.
No, no, they won't. That's an opinion. It's nothing to do with my grade. Another problem with college.
Okay. Should we pause this or?
No, we're gonna do this on the things what it wants us to do, right?
Okay. So this is yeildex case B. December 2007, in yeildex CEO Tom Shields was driving the to the company's Boulder, Colorado office to meet with his co-founder Doug Cosman. Since becoming the CEO of yeildex in October 2007, Shields commuted from the Bay Area to meet with Cosman and the engineering team on a weekly basis. Cosman almost sold yeildex for $4 million in September 2007, but after an agonizing internal debate, he decided to forego the quick exit and hire Shields to help pursue additional financing and grow the fledgling company. Shields and Cosman had been negotiating an equity split when the unexpected offer came in, and they were close to an agreement in which Shields hoped to receive 50% of the pre-Series A common shares. Shields had pressed Cosman to turn down the offer, but that came with a price to Shields. He ultimately agreed to take 40% of the common, while Cosman held on to the remaining 60%. Cosman then sold 20% of the common back to the company to take out some cash. Both Shields and Cosman were diluted in the Series A round that closed several days after Shields joined the company. Sequel Venture Partners led around a $20 million investment, and they were joined by first-round capital, $500,000 in angel investors that converted their seed notes into Series A shares and invested additional money. The pre-money valuation of Series A was $4.9 million. When Shields When Shields joined as CEO, Cosman became the company's CTO. Reporting to Shields, Cosman explained, I was not interested in leading a team of engineers on a day-to-day basis, but I wanted to be the technical leader of the company. Cosman had converted the 3 contributors to a full-time employment and hired 2 more in the last few months. And both he and Shields thought they needed to be led by an experienced vice president of engineering. Shields met with several candidates for the VP position during November and quickly realized that he and Cosman had different perspectives on the qualifications of the ideal candidate. Cosman preferred someone with deep technical experience in the internet advertising software, who would immediately understand how this technology related to systems already in use in the industry. In fact, he hoped to promote one of the yeildex employees who had been working with Cosman on the yeildex solution over the last year and had previously been a team lead. Shields, however, preferred deep management experience in software development projects in small companies. He was comfortable hiring someone who had not worked in internet advertising as long as the individual had a track record of managing high productivity startup teams to achieve aggressive development milestones. Shields knew that the situation would come to a head this week. He had recently met with Boulder-based candidate John Barr, who came highly recommended from secret partner Tom not. Barr had a strong track record with multiple successful startups. He had been the CTO at his last two companies. He was willing to join yeildex as VP, also reporting to Shields. Shields believed Barr was a good fit. He was ready to hire him. Kaufman was troubled by Barr's unfamiliarity with several of the key components of the yeildex solution. He wondered how Barr could manage a software platform that he didn't fully understand. Kaufman was also concerned with Barr, that Barr seemed to be questioning the skills and output of some of the employees he had hired. Shields pulled up the yeildex office. He thought about the implications of hiring Barr against Kaufman's wishes. He was comfortable by walking in support of Barr and knew that Kaufman respected Washington's perspective. Nevertheless, he wondered how Kaufman and Barr would interact as the two leaders of the Boulder office, and also how it would work in the 5 engineers that Kaufman hired began to report to Barr. Shields knew this group would have to work closely together in Boulder. He jump-started the sales and marketing efforts of the company underway. Kaufman had architected the yield software, and Barr would need his support to manage the team effectively. Shields respected Kaufman's desire to keep looking at other candidates, but he needed to fill this position so he could refocus on his own efforts. He was impressed with Barr's credentials.
So now what are the questions for this?
Should Tom hire Barr?
Um,
This is tough for me.
honestly, if I was Tom, I would.
Really?
Like, I understand that Doug wants to look at other guys because he wants people that are more familiar with just like the marketing, advertising technology, which is great. Like, I can totally understand that.
But this is going to be a power struggle. This
Yeah,
is going to be internal conflict like crazy.
and I think
That's the biggest way to corrupt a business.
what I don't like is that Doug basically wants to sit back and not lead the team.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, Doug should not be wanting to hire another guy. Like, if Doug still wants to be the CTO, to be the leader in the technology side of it, like I'm
he needs
the
to
engineer to go to, but he just wants somebody to help manage a team, like hiring this Tom guy is the perfect guy to do because Tom doesn't know the marketing thing, so they would still leave Doug in charge of that, but then Tom can do all the administrative leading that needs to be done in the company.
Yeah, but is that what this Barr guy is going to do? Is he just going to do that? Because I feel like kind of what it says, these employees are going to have to answer to him now.
Because that's what they're trying to hire.
Yeah, and he doesn't know really about this product and the implications on it and everything.
Well, that's true.
So is that going to cause conflict with these employees now? Like they're going to be like, oh, who is this guy? He has no clue what he's even talking about. And he's trying to lead us.
Really, it's going to come down to how involved Cosman wants to be. Like, if Cosman doesn't want to be involved at all, then yeah, freaking go out and find a different guy. But if Cosman does want to be involved and does want to like help the team and grow them, and then the other guy just does the leading part where he manages the team, because there's a difference between like being one of the engineers and being a project manager. Like, you have to have basic background information about what's going on to be a project manager, but you don't actually have to do the real work. That's kind of the way it works. I mean, like with engineering teams, you're a project manager, you're not the one actually designing all that stuff. You're meeting deadlines and making sure that your team gets different things done and delegating different tasks that need to be done to reach your weekly goals that are going to help you reach your monthly goals. They're going to help you reach the deadlines for the year. So I just think, again, I think it depends on how involved Tom or Cosmo wants to be.
Yeah, I personally don't think he should hire him.
No?
No, I think that he should step up. Husband should step up and be the
Be both?
yeah.
I think that'd probably be good, honestly.
Okay, KC 6 months later, email from John Barr. Um, okay, Tom, Doug continues to be disruptive. His salary is $770,000. He holds the title CTO, which I should have. His team wasn't functioning and has been replaced. At the board meeting today, do the right things.
Whoa, what's this? Tom, Doug continues to be disruptive. His salary is $170,000 a year. He holds the title CTO, which I should have. His team wasn't functional, has been replaced. At the board meeting today, do the right thing for the company.
So this bar guy wants to fire Doug Cosman. I knew this would happen.
Power struggle.
Power struggle, man. What are the questions? What does do the right things for the company mean? Well, this bar guy wants to fire Doug Cosman.
Yeah.
Should Tom fire Doug? Does yeildex need Cosman anymore? And see, that's how I feel with Cosmo. What value does Doug bring? But that's like Tom firing Jeff.
Yeah, that would be like top of fire jam.
That's like Topple bringing on Tom Hall and then firing Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because what does do the right thing for the company means? It means do what's ever going to make the company most successful.
Yeah.
Barr is basically saying, fire him and make me the guy because apparently I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm
And
more
he's
productive.
already replaced all of the engineers, the
Yeah.
team. So I would be upset if I was Doug.
Again, I want to know the situation because maybe this Barr guy's right. Like, no offense, but just based on the stuff that I heard about Cosman in the article, I'm not super impressed with him.
The bar guy?
No, Cosman.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with him at all. Like, he was just a guy going around doing his little work who was like, this is fun to work on. I'm going to work on this problem. Oh, cool, solution. And then he's not like super, it's not like he's ever been in a team leading position before. Doesn't know anything about business, admits it. I think it's cool that he had the guts and the encouragement to go out and try to start a business. But I don't think that should automatically get him like credibility as a leader. It's like, oh yeah, I am a leader because I started this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I can see Tom Barr's or John Barr's side if that's the case. But at the same time, I wouldn't veto like his value though either. He's already a pretty darn good like computer engineer.
yeah. What value does Doug bring to the company now that they have his algorithms? They already have his designs and everything. But if they fire him, what if they need him to figure something out? They're done. Well, I guess they could try to find someone else, but he was the inventor. He was the creator of this project. And this bar guy doesn't know the industry as well and the product as well as him. But like it says, how could Doug have avoided getting into the situation? So apparently he's already in this situation. They already hired this bar guy. I think he could have avoided that situation by stepping up, getting out of his comfort zone, and leading the team.
Yeah.
He could have kept his guys on. Maybe maybe Shields could have hired like a consultant for him to help him learn how to. But I don't think he was very open to that idea, Doug. I think Doug was very kind of, I don't want to do this. This is uncomfortable for me. No, I'm not going to lead a team. I still want to hold this position title, but I don't want to lead.
But you can't hold position title if you're not going to do the functions of that position.
Exactly.
Which in this part, John's right. Like that should be John's title for what he's doing. But I think you're right. I think Doug should have stepped up and just done it. 'Cause he does. He has all the information and the skills to be able to lead the team. He just, or well, at least all the information to be like effective in the industry. Granted, like leadership skills, those are learned anyway. Like he can learn those and he can lead them along. Plus, he already knows these guys. They've been helping him already. His little team that he had in Boulder.
Yeah.
Like they're all. I'm guessing they're probably all pretty good friends. So I think you're right. I think he should have stepped up.
Do you want to change your mind about the buyout?
Buyout?
No.
I think John wants to just give up.
Yeah.
Or not John Cousin.
Yeah, if he wants to just give up, then. Well, obviously he didn't want to just give up because he continued doing it.
Yeah.
And this is just another roadblock that he's run into. He's got to find a way to get around it. So, yeah, that's what I think.
All right.
That's it.
Alrighty. It's been good. I love Google Hangout.